Okay, here's a bit of a peace offering. Since I was shooting my inline yesterday, we'll go ahead and switch to my flintlock. Have not shot that in quite some time. I got 3 targets right now set up. I'm going to try 15 thousandths, 18 thousandths, and in my box here I got 20 thousandths. And I'm going to just use 60 grains of 3F Schutzen, and we'll be shooting from 50 yards today. So hopefully everything goes okay. Okay, shot number 1. Let's hope I got my pan charge right. So one thing I always forget with this one is how much. Six o'clock on the bullseye. Ooh, that was slow. Very slow and weak. I'll go check that. Not going to run the camera. Okay, on the first shot, I was aiming here, 6 o'clock, and I hit right here. Right here is where I hit. So I'm going to go ahead and load up. I'm not going to swab the barrel. I'm using spit patch. So I'm not going to swab. Just have fun, not worry about it. When I switch to, I'm just going to do 3 shots with the 15 thousandths patches. And when I shoot to 18 thousandths and 20 thousandths, I'll go ahead and swap the barrel. So each grouping is on a clean barrel. But yeah, let's go ahead and get loaded up. Shot number 2. It's about 11 o'clock in the bullseye. That one felt a lot better. It didn't feel weak and puny like that first shot. That first shot just, it seemed to have a lot of fizzle to it than recoil. So we'll go ahead and see. That's about right where it was shooting, about 3 inches high when I originally sighted it in with GoX. So we'll take one more shot. It might do 2 more shots just to make up for that first one. Go and get loaded up. Shot number 3. Ooh. I don't believe I've ever shot Schutzen in this flintlock, so that's something that very rarely ever happens, is a flash in a pan in this gun. Okay. Right below the last shot. I'm gonna take one more shot, just because that very first shot, it felt so weak, like it was just like there was nothing, like not even a projectile in that gun. It was just a fizzle. So I'm gonna take one more shot to make up for that, and then I'll go ahead and clean the barrel out, and we'll move on to the 18 thousandths patch. Yeah, reloading one more. Okay, I did find the 3rd patch. Pretty darn clean. No holes, no tears. Yeah, where are we at? Here we are. So yeah, that's pretty clean. Got number 3 reloaded, or the 4th shot I should say, and we'll take that final shot before we switch. All right, number 4. That one I cannot tell. We'll go down and take a look. All right, so we had number one, which was that really weak sounding load. Number two, number three, and then number four. So this might have been oil contamination down in the breech plug. Very possible. That gun's been hanging on the wall for probably over a year without me shooting it. So that's not a bad group for 50 yards. Not bad. I don't believe I've ever shot Schutzen in this gun before, so it might want 70, might want 80. We'll still stick with the 60 grain 3F charge. This target I'll go ahead and load up after I clean the barrel out. I'll clean the barrel out and we'll load up with 18 thousandths patches. And we'll try that out, see how that goes. All right, this is with the 18 thousandths patch, and this will be shot number one. I don't know. Should have brought some Goex just to see if it was this going on or... Well, there went all my pan powder. Got a lot of wind today. Here we go. That one is about 1 o'clock in the bullseye. Possibly, yeah, about 1 o'clock. Shot number two with 18 thousandths patch. That one I honestly cannot see. So I'm going to have to go run down there and take a look. I'm going to report back. Okay, so first shot on a clean barrel, hit about here 1 o'clock. Next shot on a dirty barrel, hit right here. So I'm seeing a pattern already that with Schutzen powder, it's going to like a fouled bore, because even on the first shot with the 15 thousandths patch, it was over here. Then on a dirty bore, it all moved over to the left side. So I'll probably have to take at least 3 more shots, or I'm sorry, 2 more shots just to get a 3-shot group on a dirty barrel, but we'll see how that goes. And yes, guys, I forgot the 2x4s again. I'm shooting at a very uncomfortable way, in an uncomfortable way, so normally I like to sit up almost straight back, just leaning forward into it a little. But it is what it is. We'll take 1 more shot and see where this goes. I cannot see with the naked eye. I'll have to go run down there and take a look. All right, that last shot, shot number 3, actually is in the same hole as shot number 2. So I'm going to go ahead and take 1 more shot, and we'll take a look at the target then. Shot number 4, 18 thousandths patch. I'm hoping that's in there. That hole seems like it got bigger, but it's not counted chickens yet. Let's go down there. Yeah, we're good. That was shot number 1 on a clean barrel, and the next 2, 3, and 4. That's going to be well under a 1-inch group at 50 yards with that opposite flintlock, and the Traditions at best. I always heard those things don't shoot worth a shit, and their flintlock, their locks are junk. So that's definitely a load I'm going to write down in the book, and that's 18 thousandths patch versus 15 thousandths. So I mean, you can see quite a bit of difference between the two. I have absolutely no problem loading an 18 thousandths patch into that gun with a 490 round ball. All right, last one left is the 20 thousandths patch, and with this gun, I hear some guys, they have pure hell getting a 15 thousandths patch down. It's like, I don't know how the hell you have such a hard time with a 15 thousandths patch when I can load a 15 thousandths patch in all my, or I'm sorry, 18 thousandths patch in all my guns with no problem. Now that 20 thousandths patch, I might have to go and record me loading up on with a wooden ramrod. Either I'm awful strong or I got a really loose bore, even though it measures .499, or some guys are just wimps. I don't know, we'll find out. Let's go ahead and load up real time. I am using a drop tube. I don't think it helps with accuracy personally, but I do believe that when you use the drop tube, it goes ahead and helps prevent powder from sticking from your previous shot. So in turns, it should keep your barrel a little bit cleaner, but don't expect a whole lot accuracy wise. Supposedly a drop tube helps settle the powder, so I don't know. Look it up. Make sure. I did clean the flint and the frizzen as well. $20 thousandths Bridger's Best patch. That's dry, so I need to pop it in my mouth. 490 round ball. That's a Hornady. Ball starter. Okay, that ought to do. Now I'm not hitting that very hard. I'm just gently tapping that in. And grab my range rod. We'll go, you know what? Let's go ahead and grab the hickory replacement ramrod. This gun originally came with a Durlin ramrod, and if you ever use one of those, it's like trying to push a stiff load down with a garden hose. Okay. That wasn't hard. Now it is a clean barrel, so we'll leave a benefit of doubt on a dirty barrel. And I do have powder in here. And dump that 3F out. All right, let's take shot number 1 with the 20 thousandths Bridger's Best patch. All right. Zoom the camera out just a little bit. I got my tripod in, but unfortunately the new video editing program I use does not support my video camera's old software, sound file software. So I got to go and get something else sometime, and hopefully that fixes it. All right, shot number 1, 20 thousandths patch. Oh, this is just terrible. Oh, right there. Right in the upper left hand, about 11 o'clock. All right, load up on a dirty barrel and we'll see what happens. Okay. $20,000 patch, 490 round ball. Wooden ramrod. I don't know if you can see that, but I literally pushed it the last 3 inches with my thumb. And that's on a dirty barrel. Remember this, for those of you that can't reload with a 15 thousandths patch, you're probably shooting on a rusted barrel, or I don't know. Sometimes we just do things differently. Shot number 2, 20 thousandths patch. Ooh, that one went low. I can see it between the white and the tan. 6 o'clock perfectly at the bottom of the target. That might have been me flinching with that shot. Most likely was. I had a bit of a delay to it. That shoots and powder is delaying pretty bad in this. If you go through my YouTube channel, you'll see me shooting GoX or Gearhart Owen in this gun, and it's just going off like that. This is hang firing. I've tried less powder, I've tried more powder, but it just seems to be hanging up. I'm gonna go take a look at that target. I'm 99.9% sure that's perfectly 6 o'clock in center, and that was shot number 2. So I'm gonna go ahead and check that out, then reload. I'm not gonna show the reloading process. I think we all get the point. Wow, I was 99.9% wrong. First shot hit here in the black. And then the next shot, shot number 2, went just a little bit over here in the tan, which is why I couldn't see it, because it doesn't reflect as much when it hits the black. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. As usual, I'm going to go ahead and take 2 more shots, a total of 3 on a dirty barrel. So we'll get reloaded. Shot number 3 with the 20 thousandths patch. That I cannot see. Let's go look. Okay, 20 thousandths patch. Yeah, let me see the target. Where are we? Right here. Shot number 1, shot number 2, shot number 3. I'm gonna go take 1 more shot, so we get 3 shots on target and on a dirty barrel. But notice, even with the 20 thousandths patch on all my targets, shot number 1 on a clean barrel is always off to the right. This one dramatically moved to the left. And you can see with our first shot, 15 thousandths, we're all the way over at the edge of the black. But then as I tighten up the patch to 18 thousandths, it moves over probably close to an inch. And then you go to the 20 thousandths patch, and it dramatically goes from here all the way over here. So that brings it over probably at least another inch. So then we start impacting again to the left on a dirty barrel. So I'll take 1 more shot and hopefully it'll egg out one of these. That's the hope anyway. All right, let me take a look here. I was walking back. That is the very first shot on a 20 thousandths patch. You can see how clean that is, front and back, no holes. And this one is my very last one. It's still soaking wet, and you can see no holes, no tears. I'm hoping you can see it. So yeah, one more shot, then we'll be done. All right, shot number 4 with the 20 thousandths patch. This will be the last shot. Unless I missed it, I'm going to retake it. Gosh, that was slow. The Schutzen is awesome in my side lock, my percussion cap, but I notice a huge delay with my flintlock, and I don't like that one bit. I think next time I'll bring 2F and see if that improves, or if that probably make it worse, but you never know until you try it. Let's go check that target out. Okay, not a very good group at all. All 3 shots are just too spread apart. I mean, but that delay I'm getting is just not, it's not very good right now. That delay is causing some issues. I had a great group with the 18 thousandths patch, and the 20 just opened up to where I don't think I'm gonna quite blame the patch on that. Every shot I've taken with this 3F Schutzen has just been a hang fire. We got 4 on target, 3 on a dirty barrel. Let's take 2 more shots with the dirty barrel and see what happens. Shot number 5 with the 20 thousandths patch. That one is just below, I can see a gap between them, but that one's just below the very first shot, more toward the center. One more. Last shot, number 6 with the 20 thousandths patch. That one ought to hang fire. That's a full pan. Leave some thick fouling on your frizzen and the flint. Oh, okay, maybe she wants a full pan with that. Damn, I might have to take a couple more just to see if that's what it is. If it wants more 4F in the pan to get that Schutzen and go off lickety split. Yeah, let's go check the target. Interesting, with that shot being lickety split, look where she went. Right in between. There was shot 1, 2, 3, 4, and that was shot 5, and here's shot number 6. I'm going to take 2 more. What the hell? And I'm going to go ahead and give it a full pan, just like I did on that one. which by the way was an accident. I did not mean to do it. It's just my dispenser kind of sticks at times. So let's go try it. Maybe we can put 2 more in there. Shot 7. This will be shot number 2 with a full pan. That first one I accidentally filled up by mistake and it fired instant. Yep, that fixed it. Good to know. It makes it a lot easier. No clue where that one hit. I'll go take a look. Well, not quite, but I believe it's this one right here. Can't even see my screen. Yeah, right there. So that could just be me. I mean, if I'm holding here and it's hitting here versus if I'm holding here and it's hitting there, that's where we're getting our difference. But let's go take one more. If I put it right between here, I'll be happy. Huge difference in the ignition after adding the full pan. Shot 8, I think, with a full pan, which is technically shot number 3 with a full pan. Getting hot. Oh, definitely opened up the hole, I think, towards the middle. I'll go take a look. But yeah, that's the 50 cal Traditions Hawken Woodsman. Go take a look. Yeah, that's what I thought. Opened up right here. I think that's just some movement here and there. I mean, that's not even swabbing between shots, and it's still at 20 thousandths patch is still easy to load. I do have some 24 thousandths patches, but I know those are an absolute bear to load. The cotton duck, and it's just a very, very thick material. Doesn't like to be compressed very much. Overall, I mean, I could definitely go out and shoot something with that. It's just, the hang fires are just, despite all the powder now with the full pan, I'm just still not 100% happy. I mean, I'm just probably just being a snob because that one really got me excited. Even that one had me excited. That one still wasn't horrible. But that one, why is that so much better than the 20 thousandths patch, which is moving them around left and right? Maybe it needs more powder. That's something to try. Kick it up to 70 grains, 75, 80. See if that helps improve the accuracy. Let's go back to the bench and I'll show you that gun again. All right, back at the bench. The only thing that's not factory is the front sight. The front sight had that round bead, something like you'd see on a Thompson Center or Invest Arm. And that, you can't really have precision shooting with that. Back sight is the factory adjustable steel rear sight. Not my favorite. The only reason I have not replaced that yet with a buckhorn sight is because I have to cut a dovetail, and I just haven't felt like doing that in the years I've had this gun. I've had it since 2016. I did write a review on it with detailed pictures, so if you want to see that, I'll go ahead and have that listed in the description. I don't even know if this one's bedded, to be honest. I usually go in bed underneath the tang and the first 3 inches of the breech and the first 3 inches of the muzzle, as well as underneath the trigger assembly, front and rear. Not a bad gun. I think it's around 7.5 pounds. I know it's for sure well under 8 pounds. Triggers, double set triggers, absolutely awesome, fully adjustable. Have not done any polishing on the lock, internal or external. I did have to do a little adjustment with the frizzen spring. When you get your Traditions, they often come with a very stiff, probably good 8 to 10 pound spring, and it's way too stiff. Sometimes you'll see guys complaining, you know, why isn't my frizzen opening all the way? Sometimes it just sticks right here, poor sparking, and that is caused by a lot. The issue is it's just too much pressure on here. This should flick forward with 3 to 4 pounds, and you know, it should have some resistance, but not to the point where it gouges your frizzen face. I probably have, I don't know, maybe 400 or 500 shots on that frizzen with no problem. You can see it's not gouged up deeply or anything like that. A lot of this damage that you'll see right here, I can barely feel it with my fingernail and get on screen. That was caused by agate flints, really hard, just junk flints. Tradition shooters use the 1/2 inch by 5/8 inch French amber flints. Those create the best spark possible on all of my Tradition flintlocks. I currently only have 2, but the other 3 I think I've had sparked awesome with these. Now, to adjust that, it's not the right way, but all I did was use a small C-clamp, and I just gently compressed it, worked it closed until I felt that the tension was just enough. 3 to 4 pounds is all you need. It should have some resistance, but snap open. If you actually have to go and crank down on it, you're way too stiff. You can benefit from polishing the frizzen spring as well as the contact points on the frizzen itself. I don't know if this is going to show up or not, but if not, in the review, in the description, I'll have a video as well as pictures of the spark. I think it's way too bright. Try a couple angles here just to show you. Let me see if I can block that with my body. There we go. Maybe. And my arm. All right, let's see if we can get that. I have not cleaned that flint yet, or the frizzen. Yeah, it's a little too bright. Yeah, 1/48 twist. It's actually a really, let me get that centered again. There we go. It's a 1/48 twist, 50 cal. Doesn't shoot too bad. Probably benefit from a better flintlock shooter behind the trigger. And for the next video, I'm actually going to put the flintlock back up again. My brother, he's got a 3D printer and he's been experimenting with those. Those are non-corrosive 3D printed number 11 percussion caps. Now, an interesting fact, when we first started testing this, we were getting hang fires. Some were pretty bad. Like, you'd lift your face up off the rifle, then it would go off. So pretty dangerous. We were also using Schutzen 3F. We would go back to the regular CCI number 11s, no problem. And this non-corrosive primer mix is actually made for smokeless powder, and they're hang firing with black powder. Now, We'll have to do some experimenting with different nipples, but that's another story, another video.